Democrats. And we have Democrats here, and if the Republicans and the Democrats get together, we are going to end up with incredible health care, which is the way it should have been from day one.
All right, so how do we actually get incredible health care? Wrong. Joining me now, attorney and former policy advisor to George W. Bush, Michael Barnes is here. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, Kennedy.
So what do you think of this judge's decision?
The decision is wrong. It's not based in any sort of real application of the facts in this particular case. The judge indicated that there was intent on the part of Congress to sever this tax penalty from the rest of the Affordable Care Act. But that was clear in 2017 when the Republicans in the Senate were not able to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski voted no against repeal, but then ultimately voted for the tax bill that included pulling off this tax penalty because they didn't expect it to be a repeal of the Affordable Care Act. And so now the judge is being a judicial activist and trying to do what Congress wasn't able to do.
That is, I don't want, and someone said this just today, I don't want Congress acting like judges, and I don't want judges acting like legislators. It seems that everyone has forgotten their role, but I don't disagree with what the judge is saying. Is this based on, did the attorneys general who filed this suit, did they base their brief on the legislation that was in the tax bill?
They based their brief actually on the prior legislation from 2010 looking at a severability clause and not looking to the updated facts from Congress, which actually, as I explained, makes it clear that Congress did not intend to repeal the entire Affordable Care Act. And so it's actually really interesting to see how they're trying to manipulate congressional intent here for the purpose of their own political means, when ultimately this is something, as you suggested, that should be dealt with by governments through the elected legislative process.
Yeah, but both sides have failed. So the thing that I was thinking about today is, obviously, when they cooked up Obamacare, it was pretty comprehensive, and they found a way to make it like Chinese finger cuffs that are very difficult to extricate yourself from, especially when you're panicked. Republicans didn't go through that same process, and they have paid the price for it with House leadership that is now shifted back to Democrats. So you have Senate Republicans that didn't really know where they stood beforehand, as you pointed out, with Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski. They have a little bit more of a cushion now, and you have House Democrats, Senate Republicans, House Democrats. I don't see any way they work together. So where does that leave us?
I agree that there's no real way that we're going to see a significant fix to health care from the federal government. As you suggested, it goes back to the states. And what some good states are doing is trying to find a way to be innovative within the confines of the Affordable Care Act as it exists and will during this entire stalemate in Congress, trying to find ways to fix some of the loopholes that the insurers have exploited to be able to take advantage of consumers, and really doing their best to make do with what we've got, because it's clear that at the federal level, our voters want there to be gridlock and not the big type of change that we would expect from a Congress that would be governed by one party or the other, and not the split like we see that'll occur in 2019.
Even when it's just one party, and it doesn't matter if it's Republicans or Democrats, they spend way too much money. Michael, thank you so much.
I'm with you.
Very good. President Trump tweeted out the latest changes to his staff over the weekend. He announced Friday that budget